Hi everyone, let's go over my low time frame and micro bullish and bearish Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin, starting with my low time frame bullish scenario where we are looking for a move to the upside in a wave B before then continuation to the downside in a wave C. We are then looking for an ABC zigzag structure, which is then a 5-3 wave and then a 5 wave move to the downside, where inside wave A we are then looking for this to be a 5 wave structure to the downside that is finished, and this is the beginning of then a bigger move to the upside. The most common targets for a wave B are between the 0.382 and the 886 Fibonacci, taken from the high to the low of wave A, where then the minimum target, being the 382, is sitting at 3.6k, 30.6k, and the highest target is at 31.6k. But what is more important is the two target boxes, the resistance areas that you see above price at the moment, with the white area being between 30.5k and 30.7k, and the blue area between 31.1k and 31.3k. After that, we then expect a move to the downside, which then is an impulsive structure in, again, a 5-wave move to the downside, where we have two support areas that are going to be very important for price. The first one is over here around 29k. There you can see it, and also the one below between 27.8k and 28.2k. If we go to the low time frame bearish scenario, we expect continuation to the downside right now. So we're not going to go back up to 30.5k. We continue towards the downside in a wave Y, where then this wave W is a 3-wave zigzag in an ABC, where wave C reached the 1.618 trend-based fib extension, which is a rare target for a wave C, taken from the high to the low of A to the high of wave B, and then the 1.618 is over here. It's a rare target, but it is a target nonetheless. Then we have a 3-wave structure and then a wave X, followed then by the beginning now of a move towards the downside in a wave Y, where the most common target area for wave Y is between the 1 and the 1.236 trend-based fib extension, taken from the high to the low of W to the high of wave X, sitting between 28.6k and 28.1k. And what you can see, and what's nice about this area, is that it is in confluence with the support area that we have between 27.8k and 28.2k. Currently, as you can see, price is ranging right on top of a support area that we had in the morning video as well, between 29.9k and 30k, and this is important support for both the bullish and the bearish scenario. If we then go to the micro scenario, it's not really a scenario but something I do like to talk about, and that is the volume at the high over here. So if we zoom in to the 5-minute chart, then you will see that the volume is quite high at the high of this move to the upside. So if this is an impulsive structure, what we want to see is a 5-wave move, but then at the end of a high volume move, which as you can see is the highs, right? Preferably you want to see a wave 4 sideways and then a wave 5, meaning that you make another high but on lower volume. We never got a wave 4 with then a wave 5 to the upside, and that's why this scenario, or this wave over here, has a higher probability of being corrective in potentially a 3-wave structure instead of an impulsive structure. Now you can have the highest amount of volume at the end of an impulse if a wave 5 is extended, and then potentially a 5-wave structure over here. So that is something we have to take into account, but usually you don't really like to see the highest amount of volume at the high of a move to the upside. It usually indicates that it is more of a corrective structure to the upside than that it is a bullish structure, like an impulsive structure to the upside. Doesn't mean that we can't continue towards the upside, because this can be a corrective 3-wave pattern like this, for example, right? Because on the micro, this range is very, very long by now, and price has been moving to the downside with constantly bearish CVD divergences kicking in. Over here, bearish CVD, more bearish CVD, price moving to the downside, longs, market longs being absorbed, pushing price to lower prices inside the support area that we have over here, which has been tested a lot of times by now. Even though these bearish divergences have already played out, the bullish one is still active. A higher low on price, but a lower low on the CVD, where the target is then going to be this high over here, sitting at 30.3k. And if we look at the 15-minute chart over here, the local price action, then you can see these bearish divergences as well. Over here, lower high on price, higher high on yellow, bearish CVD divergences. And also locally very here, I have to go to the 5-minute, you had again lower high on price, but the yellow line moving towards the upside, bearish CVD divergences, not what you want to see. Now at the moment, as it stands now, there's no bearish CVD divergences locally, they already played out. And if I then zoom out, you can instead see bullish CVD divergences, higher low on price, lower low on yellow, as well as over here we had a lower low on the blue line, which is a double CVD divergence to the bullish side for then a move towards the upside. We do have a news today which is important to take into account. At 2:30 p.m. Central East European time, we have some high impact news which is indicated by the red flag over here. So make sure you trade safe around these hours, follow your plan, follow your strategy, follow your entry requirements if you want to trade, and make sure to especially have your stop loss in place because volatility might kick in and you don't want to have a very big spread or a very big loss. If we then finally look at the probabilities, it says neutral, but it is with a grain of salt, I should say, because in general, I'm neutral always because the news is coming very, very soon. And I prefer to wait for the news to kick in and then see what direction price likes to go and also what the CVD is going to do when the news is going to kick in. But if I have to pick a side at the moment, I would like to see price moving towards the upside in the more bullish scenario. But I also mentioned to the silver members in the group that so far the price action over here didn't look that strong yet because we constantly had bearish CVD divergences with each bounce. Now we only have the bullish ones left. So that might be an opportunity because if we go to the silver update section over here, you can stop the video and read this, which for me was very, very important. And then followed by a couple of posts that go into what I was looking for. So I said, this retracement to the downside is important. A high volume over here, that's not what you want to see in a bullish scenario. Bearish CVD divergences, which with each bounce, that's not what you want to see in a bullish scenario, right? So that is why I feel very, very neutral. I prefer to wait for the news and then let the news decide what is going to happen next. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational video I've made about the best trading indicator you can use in my opinion, which is the CVD. And for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'd like to see you at the next one. Bye bye.